Here's what we can't talk about. We can talk about this in sports because this was a happy moment. Shedeur Sanders finally got picked up in the NFL draft after falling much lower than I think just about anybody thought he was going to. And so now, for people who don't know, we both have backgrounds in sports. Now, I was a sports reporter for several years and also did my master's professional project on domestic violence rates in the NFL. And I want to get your take on it as well, Mom, because you also have done a lot of research on the NIL specifically, and of course on college sports.
My doctorate is in public policy. And, that means public policy can be in anything. So I did quite a bit of research a couple of years ago on it and then to follow it up. And the thing about it with NIL, it changes so much because, they had those lawsuits and you just recently had a federal judge that ruled on NIL. But I think personally with the Sanders brothers, I think it was a personal thing. I think it was far more a personal thing than it was a talent thing or anything else. I think the NFL was trying to give a message to athletes that came in from college that had NIL benefits. I don't think it had anything to do with his talent, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it was a talent-based thing. I've seen a lot of people say that they thought it was racial. I don't even think it was necessarily that. I do think, and I've seen a lot of mixed reporting on this, and how he handled some of his NFL interviews, especially like in regards to how he handled like his interviews with the Giants, and how
Mm-hmm.
Brian Daboll like said he really came into the interview not prepared and just and very arrogant, and which I can totally see. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because personally, if I were in that exact same position at his age, with his talent level, with his background, oh, I would be completely arrogant. I would be so much worse than this child. So I get it. So I think it was a combination of things. I think, yes, I could definitely see the NFL trying to send a kind of message to these kids who are coming in thinking that one, they're going to be able to control the NFL the way they have had control over the NCAA, especially over this last season. And two, also kind of sending a message like to future athletes like, hey, you can't come in and do this thing. Like, if you're going to come in with this kind of level of arrogance, thinking that you're going to come in and dictate where you're going to go in this league, we're going to show you that no, you're not.
Yeah, and I think too, I think their family made some mistakes. Now, I am partial to Shedeur and Shiloh because I watched them. They were one of the first reality shows that I watched, and they were little boys.
Yes.
Therefore, I feel a connection with them. Plus, they're from my city, and for them being from DFW, I really am partial toward them. And the thing that people have to understand, they are nice kids. They have not gotten in
Hmm.
trouble. You don't see them doing anything. The only thing people can say about them is that they're arrogant. They're prime time like their dad. And
Right.
they're prime time and they act like prime time. But even so, when you see them talk about it, they said they were not spoiled. Now, that's relative. Spoiled relative to whom they were spoiled. But I think Dion raised them to be good men. And I definitely believe, I mean, it is that there was some type of, I've heard people say, was there a collusion? I'm not going to go that far as to say that, but I think there was a little bit of groupthink on we are going to show Deion Sanders' sons and Deion Sanders that they
Hmm.
don't run the NFL.